Hello, everyone. My name is Brittany Button, and I'm a long-term care insurance specialist here at Art Jetter and Company. Thank you for joining us on this highly anticipated presentation from Mutual of Omaha. As stated, we will be reviewing the quoting process for the Mutual Care Solutions through the WinFlex platform. But before I turn it over to Maria, I just want to mention that if you have any questions throughout the presentation, you can go ahead, type those into the chat or questions box, and we'll address those at the end of the presentation. Also, the WinFlex instructions are available for you to download. Please make sure to take a moment to do so if you need to register on the site. So without further delay, Maria, let's get started.
Thank you very much, Brittany. Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're excited. I'm excited to have you on today's long-term care illustration call. As Brittany mentioned, my name is Maria Lara. I'm one of 2 account executives that work with the long-term care product. I work alongside Amanda Blackburn, who's our sales director. We have 3 sales directors here at Mutual of Omaha. So welcome to today's webinar. In our webinar today, I just want to give you a little brief information what we'll be speaking on today. So I'll show you how to quote our long-term care product on WinFlex Web. I'll show you where to go to get product information. So I'll talk a little bit about SPA. You'll see where you can get your resources, case status, and then I'll also mention how you can subscribe to Express, which is our weekly kind of like a news email that goes out, and then also leave some time for questions that you might have. So let's first begin with communications. Definitely want to make sure that you're aware that we have a weekly communication online source that offers information that impacts your business. It's called Express. Express is your one-stop for the latest news about topics such as products, any changes that are coming about, any updates, underwriting information. We also have state regulations. So if there's anything with licensing, contracting, you'll find this on Express. Again, it's available on Wednesdays. It comes to your email. You can speak, of course, to Brittany if you have any questions how to subscribe to that. And then don't forget about our social media. Utilizing the tools Mutual of Omaha has available to you can significantly help boost your clientele. One great way to do that is through the power of social media. For fresh contact ideas, check out our LinkedIn page and our Facebook for inspirations. Okay, sales professional access. I was talking to Brittany before this. Most of you may have gone there, but I'm just going to give you some brief information where you can go for get policy information. Of course, in order to sign up, if you're not registered for SPA, it's very simple. You go to www.mutualofomaha.com. Over to the far right-hand side, you'll see a profile. You'll select sales professional access. You'll register. You'll enter your producer number and just some information. So it's very easy. Sales Professional Access, or SPA for short, is our agent portal. Here you're going to find product resources, you're going to find case status, you'll be able to download applications, marketing materials, and you'll also see where you can click on for e-applications. And there's so much information on SPA. If you haven't already registered, it's simple. I would encourage you to do that. Here's some information that you can find on SPA. Again, the screen you're looking here is not going to be what you're going to see. On Sales Professional Access, if you look in the middle of the screen, you'll see we have tabs on the top: products, sales and marketing, reports, training and compliance. If you click on products, you'll be able to find information about all our products that we have, of course, anywhere from long-term care, disability, and of course, MedSup, and all your other products you might be offering. Over to, you can see here from the home page, over to the left-hand side, we have tools such as the e-applications. You'll find all the links to your e-applications, forms and materials. This is the link where you can find applications. Maybe an underwriter's asked you to fill out a specific questionnaire. This is where you can find it under forms and materials. And then of course the link to WinFlex here is basically going to take you to our quoting tools, and it'll tell you how to download WinFlex Web. Over to the right-hand side, case status. This is a very helpful place to go. If you are an agent, you want to see what the status is on your case that you submitted, clicking on case status will give you up-to-date information on where we're at with your case, what's needed. who the case manager is. So this is very helpful information, again, on this website. Quoting tools. Okay, so now we're going to get to the quoting tools. As I mentioned, we have several ways you can quote our long-term care. I'll begin by the simple one. We have quotes on the go. Quotes on the go basically is our mobile quotes that you can download from our website. You can either do Google or through the App Store. It's basically you can quote to your client whenever or wherever you're at. It's easy. It's a mobile app. It's available again through Apple or Android. It allows the customers to customize the products you want for long-term care. Again, it will not produce an illustration, but if you're looking for something quick to say, hey, this is how much it'll cost you, you can actually give that your client the price and show them through the mobile quotes. We also have online quotes. If I get a chance, I'll show you where you can find that again under the Sales Professional Access or SPA. You can get instant quotes by clicking on the link, and then you can get a quote through on your laptop, on your desktop. Again, it will not produce a full illustration, but allow you to quote your client, especially if it's something where maybe you're having lunch together and the client says, hey, how much would it cost me to have a long-term care? Pull out your phone, give them a rough quote. Then when you're back in the office, you can run your illustration. And here's where I'm going to talk about WinFlex Web. So WinFlex Web is where you can quote our long-term care product. Now, for those who have not used this before, it's fairly simple. We just need you to register, and you would go to www.winflexweb.com. Over to the far right-hand side, you'll click on the word register. For the first-time users, you want to go ahead and click on register for WinFlex down at the bottom next to the login tab. So that's what you want to do if you're the first-time users. All you have to do is fill out your profile, complete your information, find the agency that you're with, select it, and then hit continue. You're going to add the Mutual of Omaha Health product as the company. So I ask you what company. You want to make sure you select Mutual of Omaha Health. You don't want the advisor and you don't want the multi-life. It's important that you click on Mutual of Omaha Health. I'm showing you these screenshots because unfortunately I'm not able to register again to show you a sample of this. And hopefully this will give you an idea what to look for when you're on there registering for the first time on WinFlex Web. Then once you're doing that, once you've registered, you'll have an email sent to our team who does approvals. Those approvals are done on a daily basis. Of course, if you register like at 3 in the evening, you might not see an approval until the following day. So usually give the team that does those approvals 24 hours. If there's something urgent, you say, hey, I just registered and I know it went through, but I want to quote someone. I mean, never hurts to call self-support. Self-support does the approval of those, and they can also approve you right away for the products you want, so you'll be able to quote. Now, I'm going to show you screenshots on how to begin your quotes, but I'm also going to do a live quote because I think that's much better, and then I can stop if there's any questions. But basically, once you've registered, you're going to start your quotes here. So there's a little, if you can see here from this arrow, it says start new case. You'll click on that. Oops. And this is for existing. Well, excuse me. So what you're going to do is once you click on the little arrow, you'll click on illustrations. Oh, excuse me. I think I went too many screens back. Here we go. Here we go. You'll click on illustrations. You'll click on start a new case. And then you'll select Mutual of Omaha Health. Now, if you look over here to the right under products, you'll see one that says Mutual Care Solutions Long-Term Care. You'll select this for all states except California. The one for California is right below that. If you see that Mutual of Omaha Long-Term Care California. So it's important you do that. So for all states, you'll select Mutual Care Solutions Long-Term Care. And then for California, you want to make sure you scroll down, you click the one at the bottom, Mutual Care Solutions Long-Term Care. And then again, our long-term care is is under the health product. So you don't want to select Mutual of Omaha, United of Omaha, because that's our life side of the company. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop showing this screen, and I'm going to show you a live demo of the software. So allow me a quick second to move this over. And I'm going to do this, and allow me one moment. Brittany, you let me know when you see it on here, because I'm going to move this over here.
Okay.
So let me see here. I think it closed on me. Do you see my screen?
So we're seeing the PowerPoint presentation still. It
Okay,
was in
so
editable mode, but now we're seeing the full presentation again.
okay, so give me a moment here.
Okay.
Let me see here. I want to be able to show. Okay, I think I see it now. You see my, so let me bring up this screen over here. Do you see it now? Hold on.
Yes, perfect.
Oh, you do?
So, and it just moved
Oh,
away.
okay. I moved it
All
to the
right.
wrong. I have two screens
And if
here
you
because
want to make that a full screen, there you go.
I will. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone's patience while I get this. I have two screens, actually three screens, and it's hard to tell which one it is. So I kind of played with this before the webinar, and I want to show you this step. Okay, so let me move this over here, and I don't think you see what I'm seeing, but so here, when you're registering for the first time, you want to go ahead. I'm going to show you how to do it here. So we're going to go to winflexweb.com. Okay, let me open up a new one. Winflexweb.com. When you get to this screen, oh, I think it's logged me in. But what it's going to do, it's going to ask you to register. You'll see that over to the far right, and all you have to do is register and follow the steps I gave you. But I think it's picking up my Winflex. Type it in real quick because I want to show you this. Winflexweb.com. Here it is. So this is the first screen you're going to see when you're registering. If you look over here to the top right-hand side, the word register, you can also see it on the bottom here, but I click on the word on the top right and see here's the profile. You'll enter a username. You'll fill out that information. You'll hit continue, and then just follow the steps after that. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take you back to the Winflex. So when you want to begin a quote, this is where you're going to start. So I'm going to actually bring it here, log in. Give me a second here. So this is where you're going to start. You're going to click on a new case. And actually I have a case up here, but I'm going to start by clicking start a new case. And you see, here's a screenshot I was telling you about. You want to make sure you select Mutual of Omaha Health. Oops, sorry about that. It won't take me long. It does time out, just to let you know. So this does time out after a while if you don't use it. So you have to continuously log in. So here's this main screen that I wanted to show you. This is what I want to show you. So when you first see this screen, you want to click on the word illustrations. Just to kind of give you a little bit of information, because you might think, well, what are all these other things I see here? Really, it's for our life team that uses this other information like the Express and Case Manager. You're not going to use this for any of these other options for long-term care. You really just want to focus on clicking on this tab right here that says illustration. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, wonderful. Once you click on it, we're going to go ahead and click Start a New Case. Here it's going to ask us to choose, we want to choose Mutual of Omaha Health, as I mentioned. And then we have two options. I want to click on, I don't want to do California, so I'm going to click on the top one that says Mutual of Omaha Solutions Long-Term Care and create a client. So here is where we're going to run our quotes. We're going to be using, don't worry about this tab over here. Actually, I think I can move that. So I'll move it over. So here's where we're going to begin. We're going to be filling out these tabs. First, we're going to begin by telling it the partner allowance. So it's important that you tell us, are you running this for a single individual? Are you running this for one individual who has a partner? Or are you running this for two partners who are both applying? So let's go ahead and run it for partner both applying. You'll enter their name on here. Okay. And then what you'll want to do is enter their date of birth or their age. Now, their date of birth would be 2 digits, and of course 4 digits for the year, and it's a forward slash, or I don't know if it's forward or backslash, but you'll follow the same guidelines that it has on here, or you can enter an age. As you might know, we save age. So if you have a client who's had a birthday within the last 30 days and they're thinking of signing that app just shortly from having, 1 year older, you'll have to actually enter the younger age on your own. So it's the system isn't smart enough to say, hey, this person had a birthday on June 1st, so I'm going to quote them 61. But if they just had a birthday and they're still within 30 days and you say, hey, I think I can make this sell and have them sign the app before the 30 days. So you will have to enter the younger age on your own. It's not smart enough to pick up that save age. Make sure you enter the gender for each individual. And then risk class. I think all of you know we have the different risk class. It's always a good idea to quote or just the select, which is their standard rating. Okay. I'm going to use select your state. I'm going to go ahead and select Nebraska. And then we're all done with this screen. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click plan information. Now we have two plans, as you might know. We have the custom and the secure. All right. I'm going to start with the secure first. With the secure, as you know, we have to enter a monthly benefit. Now, if you're aware, we have increased our monthly benefit to a maximum of 15,000 effective June 3rd. I'm going to choose 5,000, but just that information if you're not aware of it. Also, another change we made on our secure product effective June 3rd, we no longer offer 5-year benefit period. Our max is 4 years. So just an FYI, we have a 2-year, 3-year, and 4-year plan under the secure solutions. Okay, 90-day elimination, I'm going to go ahead and keep it at 90 days. And remember, you're able to do this to reduce your assisted living and home health care benefit if you wish to. So as you can see here, we have the opportunity to decrease it to 75 or 50% of what you selected for home health care benefit. I'm going to go ahead and keep it at 100%. Don't worry about the check mark that's already appearing on the cash benefit. As you know, the cash benefit is built into the plan, except for the state of Connecticut, where it's an optional benefit. But the majority of the you want to just keep it there. You don't have to worry about the check mark. It automatically stays there. Inflation options. As you know, we have five inflation options under the secure product. I'm going to go ahead and just choose the 3% compound for 20 years. As you know, we have a 3% compound with a limited number of years. That'll help if you have somebody who's looking for maybe a affordable premium for the long-term care. Remember, if you don't want to, if they're older and you say, hey, I think 20 years will get them up to 80 plus years where they would be satisfied with the pool of money that's accumulated by that time, then go ahead and choose the 20-year inflation. But we have the lifetime inflation as an option as well. Then as you can see here, we have all the different riders you can select under the secure. We have the shortened benefit non-forfeiture option, waiver premium for home health care, and of course the shared care rider. And as you know, if we have the shared care rider, we have to duplicate. Each person has to have the same benefits as the other. I'm not going to choose any riders. I'm going to go ahead and change it to an annual mode. One thing you'll see here that I didn't do, so if you're filling out the husband side or the first partner side and you want to duplicate, you can actually click on the duplicate button and and I'll put the same benefits to the second spouse. So I'll automatically duplicate what you've entered for the first partner 1 onto partner 2, just an FYI. Another thing you can do is you see the word compute here. So if you say to yourself, hey, I just kind of want to look at this, I don't want to calculate, I want to have a quick idea if this is what I like, you can go ahead and click compute. You'll see this program running. Don't hit cancel. Just go ahead and let it run. It'll automatically disappear. There it goes. And then once it disappears, you'll see here our annual premium for each individual. He's 1966, 74. She's 280, 2893.46 for a total of 4,860.20. So this just gives you a quick look. If you say, oh gosh, okay, that's perfect, or oh, that's within their budget, I can add additional rider to see what that costs. So you can add a rider and then click compute. So once you find a premium that you're satisfied with, you can go ahead and we can calculate. But I'm going to show you some other things before we hit the calculate button over here on the top right-hand side. We have the optional pages. I encourage you to do that. I'm going to go ahead and click all these boxes and I'll show you what each one of these pages shows us. Now this one right here where it says cost of waiting, we haven't completed this yet. So when you try to put a check mark on there, you're going to see nothing happens. That's to come in the future. Right now it hasn't been completed. So just FYI, you can't put a check mark on that box, but you can do it all the others. Agent information. Here's where you put your information. You can save it. So anytime you're writing a quote, you can just look through here, your guide, and you can actually look for your name and fill it in, and I'll put in your agent information here. Concept, we don't have anything on this yet. So if there is something in the future, we'll let you know, and actually we'll communicate any changes, any updates on Express. So that weekly Wednesday newsletter I mentioned, always it's a great idea to sign up because that's where you get any updates, anything we might have made changes to WinFlex. That's where we'll communicate at. But right now, don't worry about the concept tab. I'm ready to calculate, so I'm going to go ahead on the word calculate. Again, give it a couple minutes. Look over here. Do you see the word under status? It's in blue. It says calculating. It takes a couple seconds, so just let it. And if there's an error, it'll pop up telling you there's an error, and that's where you'll click on the client's name. So if an error had come up here under illustrations over to the right-hand side, I would have to click on the valued partner 1 link in order to see what did I do, what did I forget. And sometimes what I end up finding out is that I forgot to include the gender of the client, one of the clients, and that's why I didn't calculate. But it'll give you a message there of what the issue might be. So I'm going to go ahead and click on PDF. And here's the illustration. Brittany, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of walk through this this illustration, paper illustration with you. So the first page, of course, will have your name. I put valued agent, have your name, and then the client's name, and then the plan 1. Right now, we only have plan 1. Again, we're making updates on WinFlex Web. We'll keep you informed of those updates on Express or by of course, our Jetter is a great place that also give you updates anytime we make changes. But here's where we're going to look at the first screen here. So we can see we have a 60-year-old male, 50-year-old female. That gives you not only the years, but it tells you the pool of money. So the 3 years ends up being 180,000, a monthly benefit of 5,000, and then we selected 100% for assisted living and home health care. It gives you what the cash benefit is initially. So again, the cash benefit's built in. It's 25% of the home health care. So initially it's 1,250. On here, it does give us what we've chosen. I'll say if we had selected a rider, it would have the word yes on there. So right now you can see we have a 3% compound that inflation for 20 years that we selected. We didn't select any riders, and that's why you see the word no there. I'm going to scroll down to the next page. Okay, here's where our premium is. So you're going to see that there's showing a 15% discount for each one of the individuals. It breaks it down to what each in the annual premium for partner one is, and then for partner two, and then the combined total. And then on the other mode of payments, I'll tell you what it costs if they pay semi-annual, quarterly, or monthly bank service plan. Okay. So then we go to the first individual, which is the male. So it kind of gives you what is, it kind of gives you what, again, the benefits are, their base, the inflation, and the female, her base and her inflation, and then the total amount that's paid on that. On this page I like this page. This will actually show you how that monthly benefit grows throughout that inflation period that's selected. So in 5 years, their monthly benefit will have increased to 5,628, and then their pool of money initially started 1,800. Now it's 202,592. So this is a great page that shows you how the inflation growth is. And because we selected a 20-year inflation, their policy actually inflates going on their up to year 21. Because remember, on the first year, they're not going to see any growth, but beginning the second year, they see a growth. And that's why when we select a 20-year inflation, the 20-year ends on the 21st year and after. So they're in this situation, they'll stop inflating when they reach the 9,033 monthly benefit and then their pool of money. Okay, so this is another page I like. It's called the break-even analysis page. This one shows us if they were to go the age they would go on claim, and each individual has one. So this is for the male, partner one. So if the gentleman were to go on claim at age 70, let's say 75, okay, by then his policy pool would have inflated to a monthly benefit of 7,792, okay. Of course, we're assuming that his premium hasn't changed from when he took it out, so the annualized premium remains the same. We're assuming that there wasn't any rate increase. So he would have to be on claim 114 days to recover all the premiums he paid from when he initially took it out to when he went on claim. So as you can see here, if he goes on claim at age 75, he only needs 114 days on claim to recover all the premiums he paid on the policy. So you can see the value of having a long-term care policy in this page right here. And then as I mentioned, each individual has one. So here's one for the second partner. And then of course, our next page kind of gives you, this is also a helpful page for the client as well. If you leave this illustration with the client to explain what policy limit means, elimination, so forth. So this is kind of like a help you give you an overview of what you selected. And then the last page, just want to make sure you hit all the input you wanted. So it just gives you the input that was used for the quote. I'm going to go ahead and show you. So here's what I'm going to do. So let's say I want to revise this illustration. I'm going to go ahead and click on valued partner one. There's a link there, as you can see there. I click on it. It should be bring me back. Let's see what's going on.
It's just got you on the concept tab. I think you just need to hit client info or plan info.
Oh, I might have clicked on the wrong one. Is that what it was?
Yeah, so you're at the concept tab. There you go.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I stayed there, didn't I? Okay, so what I want to show you on this one is the different products. So as you know, under our custom product, it's basically telling the pool of money. So I just want to kind of make sure that you see this. So for the custom, you have two options to select from. So make sure that if you want to show a pool of 360,000, that you select the correct pool that it goes to. So for example, I would have to select the second option here because it takes me for 250,000 to 500,000. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in 360,000 here. No, excuse me. Yeah. And another thing I want to mention, just in case anyone asks, we did not reduce our 500,000 pool under the custom, even though we reduced our under the secure, we removed the 5-year plan. We did not remove, the up to a limit of 500,000 under the custom, so that stays the same. And also, as you know, you can also select up to 15,000 as a monthly benefit under the custom. Okay, so what I did here, again, all I did was I selected the 360,000. I put 5,000 as my pool. What I'm going to do here, as you know, under the custom product, we have the buy up and buy down, and we also have the ability to have a 10-year inflation, 15-year, and 20-year. So those are great options if you're quoting for someone who's maybe 66, 68. They don't want to, perhaps it's affordable for them if they only have a 10-year inflation or a 15-year. This is where you're going to find it under the custom product. And then remember, under the custom, you can go as low as a 1% inflation, all the way, of course, under the secure, the same thing, all the way up to 5%, but under the custom, you can go 1, 1.25, 1.50. So you have all these options. So when you click on the drop down, you'll see all these options for inflation. Let's do the 2% in this case. And then, as I mentioned, they have 20 years to buy up or up to age 75. So if they want to maybe in 5 years say, hey, I think I can afford to increase my inflation to a 3%, all they have to do is contact Mutual of Omaha, send something in writing saying, I like to increase to a 3% inflation. They can do that. We're going to keep it at 2%. And then let's go ahead and add some riders and see how it looks like, especially because they'll say yes, okay? And then as I mentioned, if you want to hit compute, you can under here. And then also, as I mentioned, duplicate. I'm going to hit compute. It takes a little while. So remember, don't cancel this. It'll just go away in a couple seconds. Okay, and then here it gives us our premium. So as you can see, it's much more because I increased the pool of money. So now it's 8,353.61. And then the optional pages, if you wish to choose them, you can. And then agent information. I'm going to go ahead and calculate. I know under name it just says value partner 1, so don't worry if you don't see the partner showing up. It does show up. It just has enough room for the first individual that you've entered. Then it says status is calculating. We just leave it. I do want to point out to you, so here's the quote. I do want to point out to you that there is a way to email this quote to someone. So you see a box to send, you can email the quote. I know I've run across a producer who says, hey, I have my own signature block and I include information with my quote, not just so I wanted to have my information. You can definitely, once you have a quote on here, you can definitely save this quote. So if you can see here, we have a down arrow key and then a save. So you can definitely save this quote. Like I have all my quotes on my folder that says quotes, and then you can name it, whatever you want to name it. You can name your quote and then save it in your file, and then you can open up an email, open up the file, and then attach the quote to it. So just want to let you know. And you can also print it. So you can see here the little print button. So I'm going to scroll down so we can see the difference, and you can see where I'm talking about. You'll see yes. So here you can see we have, again, the main detail information. It's select the pool of money, which is equivalent to approximately 6 years. And I wanted to show you that because if you have a client who says, if you're thinking, well, Mutual of Omaha got rid of the 5-year under the secure, I want a client who wants 5 years. That's where you can quote the custom, because as you can see here, I was able to get 6 years because I quoted a 5,000 a month and I chose 360,000. So I was able to get 6 years. So definitely you can find your 5-year and up using the custom solutions. Here's another thing I want to point out to you. So here's, of course, the inflation, the buy-up inflation. So it does say with buy-up, it shows yes to the inflation to the riders we chose. So the waiver of home health care and professional home health care, we've selected those 2 riders, and it has the word yes on there. And basically everything else will look the same. You'll have the annual premium, all the modes, and then you'll see their the discount that we provide to them. And then the pages that I spoke about, the inflation, how it increases along with the pool of money. And this one page shows you how each of those partners pool grows. So this would be the value partner 1 and partner 2 on the right hand side. And then of course this page I like tells me how many days on claim I can recover all the premiums I paid. Okay, and basically that is it. I did promise you that I wanted to show you. Do we have time, Brittany?
Yeah, looks good. Why don't we go ahead
Okay.
and show spa a little bit?
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So I wanted to show you spa. I'm going to show you just my main screen here. I think I might have signed in under you guys. No, I didn't. So let me show you this. Okay, so I did. So I'm kind of I won't click on anything, Brittany, but here's what the main spa page will look like, okay? So don't forget, this profile tab up here will show you, basically it's how you can show your information so you know you're logging on yourself. As I mentioned, here's the home page. So over on the left-hand side, you'll see policyholder information. You'll also find policyholder information under the reports tab. So if you see here, when I move my mouse over the word reports, you see policyholder information. I realize some agents don't realize this is here, but if your client has a long-term care policy or even a MedSup policy or whatever, dental policy, you can actually, and I'm going to go ahead and click on here, you can actually enter their policy number, click the word search, and you'll be able to find. It's not going to give you detailed information about their policy, but it definitely will tell you what their premium is, what their mode is, when's the next premium due. So it'll give you information about their payment information, how we're billing them. Are they paid current? That kind of information. Who's their third party that we should contact if their policy is at risk of lapsing? That information you'll find under the reports tab, under policy information, or from the home page over on the left-hand side. Conservation events. If any of you receive these, it's not meant to alarm you, but it's meant as a communication to you to let you know, hey, this person, we received notification that they passed away, or we've sent a grace billing, a letter saying they're in the grace period. So maybe you receive a conservation report saying, hey, your client hasn't made a premium, it's in risk of lapsing. These are reminders to you. So it hasn't lapsed yet, but these are reminders to you to say, hey, I'm going to give my client a call. I don't want them to lapse their policy. Maybe they're on vacation or something's happened. Let me give them a call and see what's going on. So that's where you can call your client, try to conserve that business. Maybe they moved and they forgot to change and they were sending them a direct bill and they forgot to give us their new address. This is where I'll give you updates if there's a conservation or something that, we want you to hopefully take action to keep that policy in force. So that's what the conservation events do, okay? E-applications. This is where you're going to find the portal for your MedSup, your long-term care, your disability. That's where you're going to find all the e-applications that you need to do. And here's the long-term care one. If you haven't done one, I encourage you. The sandbox is where you can practice. There's a guide here. And when you're ready to go and you feel comfortable, you can start an e-app right there. Okay, I'm going to go back to this homepage. WinFlex and online quoting tools. Again, WinFlex will only give us this page as well as if I would have clicked on online quoting tools, it's going to give me the same page. All it does is going to give me instructions how to log on WinFlex Web, which I showed you. But here's where you can go and click on that online, should be here. Here it is, down at the bottom. Remember I mentioned about an online quoting. It's not going to produce illustrations, but if you have your laptop and you want to, you say, hey, I don't want to run this on WinFlex. I just want something really quick. Click on online quotes. I'm going to click on this real quick. Select long-term care, and then just run a quote here. It's really quick. It's again, it's simple. It's just going to give you a quote. But if you're already showing maybe your client some information on your laptop, you can pull this up and give them a quick quote, and if save the information and go back and run an illustration if they like it. So that's an option there. Okay. Let me see if I can go back here. And then it gives you information about the mobile quotes. I want to show you something that I think is important is under our reports tab. Here's a great place. I won't click on it, but you can find case monitoring. You can find status about your cases by selecting case monitoring. So I'll give you what day the case is on, what are we waiting for, who the case manager is, things like that. So just want to, if you don't know that's out there, that's case monitoring is available out there. I like the products tab, and specifically for long-term care. So when I click on the products tab, I'll select long-term care. And I love using this page here, so I use it often. Again, it's going to give you each side by side what the secure offers, what the custom offers. But then I scroll down, and you'll also be able to find your forms and materials link here under the resource. Rate adjustments, if we have any made for maybe you've been selling with us for years and your client has a long-term care policy that maybe is experiencing a rate adjustment from 25 years ago, then you can look at that. Cost of care calculator, I love this. I'll show you what the cost of care is for a specific state. So this is a very helpful tool, and it's right here available under SPA. Trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing. Do you think there's anything else? Forms and materials, I think I mentioned to you. You'll find this not only on from the homepage where I mentioned to you on the left-hand side, but you'll also find it under one of these tabs. So don't never worry that if you can't find it, I'll end up showing somewhere because we try to keep it on top of the different places here. So if you're looking for an application for long-term care, all you enter is this. The Custom Secure has the same application, but here you go. Here's your application. And if you don't have one, and if you're interested in knowing more what the riders mean and the definition, you can find your sample policies here. It give you definitions and it'll give you the wordings of the riders. So here's your sample policy for each state. You can find it here. I think we have some time. I don't know if there's anything else that I might have missed that, and I'll leave it time for questions if anyone has any questions. That way, maybe I can show if anyone wants to see something or has any questions for me. I'll open
So,
it up for any
Maria,
questions. Mhm.
Yeah, we did have a few come in. A couple of them you did answer later on into the presentation. So yes,
Okay.
fear not, you can still get that 5-year benefit period. We'll just then adjust to custom solution. Again, keep in mind we have that $500,000 policy maximum, so we may be limited on the monthly benefit that's offered. Maria, we got a question in that hopefully you can answer. And this is definitely a pro at Mutual of Omaha, but will Mutual of Omaha be bringing back the alternate option page in the illustrations?
Um, we are working on it. We actually gave a list when we first came out with this OneFlex Web, which was the beginning of the year in January. We had a list of requests. That was one of the requests that we asked for. So definitely, as I mentioned, Express will keep us updated when something is added. It takes time because of course we have to work with EBEX to have that on there. And I think we also are working at hopefully getting other products on OneFlex Web. So sometimes those come into priority first. But I believe that was in our list that we wanted it to show on there. So
Awesome. Well, I know that
mhm,
possibility makes me excited because
mhm.
it's missed from the original quoting software. The last question we'll address before we let you all go for the afternoon is regarding EAP. As Maria
Yes.
mentioned, SPA here, Sales Professional Access, is where you're going to access that EAP. Now, in order to do so, you have to have an active appointment with Mutual of Omaha. So if you have any inclination, you'll want to write a Mutual of Omaha application and utilize EAP. Make sure to get contracting in right away because it does take, sometimes, I mean, I've seen it as short as 3 days. I've seen it go out as 7, depending if they need to order background. So contracting and licensing, we want to make sure we have all in order so you can have access to the long-term care EAP. And here on SPA, Maria's already on the page on where that can be accessed.
Right.
All right. So that looks like it for questions. So, Maria, thank you as always for showing us a variety of different tools available with Mutual of Omaha.
You're very
And of
welcome.
course, and of course, I appreciate you all for joining us this afternoon, taking time out of your day to do so. If you have any questions regarding the Mutual Care Solutions portfolio, don't hesitate to reach out to our team. Number here is 800-228-0008, or shoot us a quick email at ltci@jetter.com. Again, thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brittany. Have a great day,
You're
everyone.
welcome.
Bye-bye.